All right, today we're diving into a real hidden gem. We're talking about the 2013 British indie film Frequencies. It's this amazing, ambitious cult classic that weaves together sci-fi, a love story that spans decades, and some really, really big philosophical questions.
So here's the question that kicks everything off. I mean, we've all felt it, right? That some people just seem to be born lucky. Well, this film takes that idea and makes it real. It turns luck into a hard, measurable law of physics that literally controls everything.
So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll get into the world itself, how it's ruled by frequency. Then we'll talk about the power of words, this impossible love story at its core, and then dig into the big question. Is it choice, control, or destiny? And finally, we'll see why this film still hits so hard today.
All right, let's get right into it. To really get what's happening in this story, you first have to wrap your head around these invisible, super strict rules that everyone has to live by.
So what is frequency? Basically, imagine a kind of cosmic credit score that you're born with, and it determines your whole life. A high frequency? You're golden, you're lucky, things just work out for you. A low frequency? Well, it's the total opposite. You're basically set up to struggle from day one. And you know, this system creates this really interesting social ladder. The high-frequency folks, they're the elite, the successful ones. But there's a catch. They're emotionally stunted, almost like robots. On the other hand, the low-frequency people are seen as failures. But because they have to fight for everything, they become super resourceful and determined. And get this, the ideas in this movie were so strong that even on a tiny budget, it scored a perfect 100% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics. 100%. It's just proof that you don't need a blockbuster budget when your core idea is that good.
Okay, now for the first huge twist. This is where that whole unbreakable system starts to show some cracks. Because what if your destiny wasn't permanent?
I mean, this is a huge deal. Their whole society is built on the idea that your frequency is for life. Discovering you can change it? That's like finding out you can just turn off gravity. It changes everything.
So what they find is this sort of ancient, lost knowledge. It turns out that specific sounds, specific words, can actually change a person's luck and their future. And they call this process modulation.
So how does it work? Well, it's not magic, it's more like a science. You have to find these very specific, kind of nonsensical two-syllable words. You need incredible focus, and when you do it right, you can raise or lower someone's frequency. But the most important part, it's not some innate gift, it's a skill. Anyone can learn it. And that is a revolutionary idea in this world.
But of course, with a power this big, there's always a catch, right? You can't just hack the universe without some kind of dangerous side effect. And trust me, this one is a big one.
And here it is, the dark side. Those same words that can change your destiny. They also give you the power to control someone's mind, completely. So what started as this amazing tool for freedom suddenly becomes a terrifying weapon for total control.
Okay, so we've got all these huge sci-fi ideas. Let's bring it back down to the heart of the movie, which is a love story. But not just any love story. One that, according to the laws of this universe, is literally impossible.
Okay, so first we have Zach. He's a lowborn, and his frequency is so low it's basically negative. He's a walking disaster. And then there's Marie, a highborn with a perfect frequency. She's a genius, but she can't feel emotions. They are complete opposites. And here's the kicker. If they're together for more than 60 seconds, the universe itself literally causes freak accidents to tear them apart. And their story spans their entire lives. From when they were kids, Zach makes it his life's mission to break the laws of physics, just to be with Marie. He spends years, decades even, experimenting with magnets, sounds, everything, until finally, as an adult, he figures out how to use modulation to finally get past that 1-minute barrier. But just when they think they've won, it all falls apart. Remember that mind control side effect? Well, Marie decides to test it. In this absolutely chilling scene, she tells Zach to hit her, and he does, instantly. And just like that, their whole relationship, their whole love story is in doubt. Is any of it real, or is she only in love with him because of the words he's using?
And that question just blows the whole movie wide open. It gets into these deep, philosophical questions about choice and free will. So let's dig into some of the really cool theories that fans have come up with.
Okay, theory number 1. This one's from a Reddit user, and it's fascinating.
The idea is that Marie, with her perfect frequency, is actually warping reality around her without even knowing it. The universe isn't just giving her good luck, it's doing whatever she wants. So maybe she needed to learn how to love, and she subconsciously created Zach's entire journey just for that purpose.
But then there's another theory, also from that same user, that points to their friend Theo. Now, Theo's the one who rolls the apple that first introduces them as kids, and by the end of the film, he's figured out an equation to predict the future. So the theory goes, maybe he's not just predicting fate, maybe he's the one controlling it. Maybe he's the only one in the whole story who actually has free will. But the film itself kind of gives us its own answer, which is really beautiful. It turns out that music, specifically Mozart, can balance everyone's frequencies. It actually cancels out the mind control words. This suggests that there's this bigger, universal constant, a kind of destiny woven into the fabric of the universe through music that nobody can really control.
All right, let's bring it all home. Let's talk about why this movie still resonates so much, and how all this sci-fi stuff is really a way to talk about our own world.
Yeah, as the Village Voice put it, the film is sparkling and unsettling at once. And that's the perfect description. It's so powerful because it uses this really strange sci-fi concept to basically hold up a mirror to our own society.
And the parallels are, wow, they're so clear when you look at them. The whole frequency system, that's just a metaphor for social class and hierarchy, right? Quantifying someone's potential from birth, it makes you think about things like standardized tests and IQ scores. The movie is really this amazing exploration of nature versus nurture, and about whether love can really conquer the barriers society puts in our way. So in the end, Zach and Marie make a choice. They choose to believe their love is real, no matter what caused it. Choice, control, or pure destiny. And that leaves us with one last question to chew on. A question that gets right to the heart of the whole film. Think about it. If you could prove, without a shadow of a doubt, that your love was destiny, would you actually want to know?